In a bold and controversial statement, Zambia's Minister of Community Development and Social Services, Doreen Mwamba, declared that the United Party for National Development, UPND, has achieved more in 4 years than the Patriotic Front, PF, did in a decade, referring to PF members as idiots. Her remarks, delivered during a public engagement, sparked widespread debate across political and media circles, reigniting tensions between Zambia's ruling party and the opposition. Mwamba's assertion reflects the UPND's growing confidence in its governance record since taking office in August 2021 under President Hakainde Hichilema. The minister emphasized that the current administration has made significant strides in economic reform, social welfare expansion, and anti-corruption efforts, contrasting these achievements with what she described as PF's legacy of mismanagement and institutional decay. The UPND's tenure has been marked by ambitious policy shifts, including the implementation of the 8th National Development Plan, 8NDP, which prioritizes inclusive growth, fiscal discipline, and transparency. Analysts point to improvements in public service delivery, increased funding for education and health, and a more assertive stance against corruption as key indicators of progress. Mwamba's comments, though provocative, align with the party's broader narrative that positions the UPND as a reformist force correcting the excesses of its predecessor. However, critics argue that such rhetoric risks deepening political polarization and undermining democratic discourse. The PF, now in opposition, responded by accusing the minister of disrespect and deflection, claiming that the UPND has failed to address rising inflation, currency instability, and the high cost of living. Political observers note that Mwamba's statement serves both as a rallying cry for UPND supporters and a strategic provocation aimed at discrediting the PF's governance record. Her use of inflammatory language, while unusual for a cabinet minister, reflects a growing trend in Zambian politics where direct confrontation and populist messaging are increasingly employed to mobilize public opinion. The minister's remarks also highlight the UPND's desire to frame its achievements within a comparative lens, drawing attention to measurable outcomes such as infrastructure development, youth empowerment programs, and international diplomatic engagement. Yet questions remain about the sustainability of these reforms and the government's ability to navigate complex economic challenges. From a journalistic perspective, Mwamba's statement is not merely a political jab. It encapsulates the ideological divide between Zambia's two dominant parties. The PF, which governed from 2011 to 2021, is often criticized for its centralized decision-making and alleged corruption scandals, while the UPND presents itself as a technocratic alternative focused on institutional renewal. This dichotomy shapes public perception and influences voter behavior, especially as Zambia approaches future electoral cycles. The minister's comments may galvanize reform-minded constituents, but they also risk alienating moderates who seek constructive dialogue over partisan insults. In conclusion, Doreen Mwamba's declaration that the UPND has outperformed the PF in just 4 years is emblematic of Zambia's evolving political landscape. It underscores the ruling party's commitment to showcasing its achievements while challenging the opposition's credibility. Whether this approach fosters accountability or exacerbates division will depend on how both parties engage with the electorate and respond to the country's pressing socio-economic needs.